Keith Murray of We Are Scientists. How are you, sir?
All right, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. It is so nice to see you. I'm excited you're coming back to Southern California, San Diego, most specifically for me. That's where my experience with your band has been over the years. I'm trying to remember, when's the first time you played San Diego? It was on the debut album, probably. I'm wondering if it's the Beauty Bar. Do you remember the Beauty Bar?
I do remember the Beauty Bar. I think we have played. Well, so we met each other going to school in Southern California, in Claremont,
Yeah.
and
But not
so
the
the band actually.
Claremont, not the Claremont in San Diego. There's a Claremont here, right? That is the home of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, technically, but the Claremont up a little bit near Pomona, right?
Yeah, we went to Pomona College,
Okay.
and so I know that we did play San Diego before the first album, like
Oh, cool.
probably at universities and places like that where like kids could book us rather than professional promoters.
Sure, sure. Well, yeah, maybe you might have played the Shea Cafe here in San Diego, possibly, which is kind of a cool
That does
collective venue run by students and not students, but it's on the campus of UCSD.
that does sound very familiar. And I was going to say that I thought we had played UCSD probably in like 2002 or three, maybe.
Oh wow, okay. Well, of course, nobody moved, nobody get hurt is my introduction to the band, and man, I mean, you wrote a perfect song right there. I mean, I really could have just said, okay, I'm good. This band's great, but you continued. You just put out a new album, Lobes, earlier
Yeah.
this year, which you're touring behind right now. Lobes and Huffy, and then all the great hits from the previous albums. But where are you right now?
We're in Denver, Colorado right now. It's a gorgeous day out. We've been very lucky with weather on this tour, but it's really making me worried that global warming is encroaching much more quickly than
Sure,
we.
sure.
The weather is gorgeous right now. I don't need this jacket on.
Well, I live in a place that it's sunny and 70 like every day, but other parts of the country, yeah, you expect some winter.
It ought to be a little chillier, yeah.
Well, it's got to be easier on the road. Hopefully, no snow flurries or anything like that.
Drives have been very nice.
You'll be home for the holidays?
So we're going to be in the Bay Area for Thanksgiving, but fortunately, I have family in the Bay Area, so we're doing
Oh, cool.
Thanksgiving with my family in the East Bay.
Nice.
So, so yeah, if I can't be home, it's a good alternative.
And so you guys, where did you guys come from? I mean, you meet at in Pomona, Claremont area. The band then what did Los Angeles briefly, and then Brooklyn, or did you go to San
Yeah,
Francisco?
we spent a minute after we graduated in the Bay Area, but yeah, it was sort of right when kind of like the dot-com boom was blowing up there,
Yeah,
and San Francisco wasn't quite as much fun as I think it had been even like 3 years earlier.
agreed.
Um, so we sort of coincidentally, New York was becoming much more fun than it had been, in the couple of
Yeah.
previous decades. So
What?
we decided to up stakes and
Sure.
in 2001, which turned out to be a very good move.
I'd read, I guess maybe the Rapture is maybe an influence on the band, but those two guys, they come from a place
Yeah,
here
yeah,
in San Diego
right.
and tried to do something similar, but they also end up, of course, in Brooklyn. So were you following in their footsteps a little bit, or I mean, that scene back
Um,
then was amazing, right? I mean, that I love just all the dance rock. You guys were doing this, to me it was like indie dance rock, and it made you move. I felt like, well, this is great. This is like getting people on the dance floor for something other than just straight up, house music or something.
Absolutely. When we moved out there, we were like just dipping our toes in dance rock stuff in like 2001. But going out there and like seeing, Liars and Yeah Yeahs and Rapture, definitely made us want people to dance more
Sure.
than mosh.
Well, I love that you have played in San Diego quite a bit, and I feel like you guys like our town. Uh,
Love it.
and you've done one of the coolest things we did together was I worked for a television show here in San Diego that unfortunately COVID kind of saw its
Uh,
demise. But you played one of our San Diego shows at the Casbah, and I interviewed you and Chris across the street, as the planes are flying by. But obviously, like it seems like you
yeah,
played Casbah mostly if it's your show, right? That's like
yeah.
almost a hometown club for you. But man, I was looking at there's still so much stuff I need to delve into with your band, I know you guys are funny. I mean, I've witnessed that, but I guess I kind of missed all the comedy stuff you did for MTV. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I need to hear the Art Brut stuff. I mean, that
Oh, right.
you got to tour with them, man. That's ridiculous. You get to tour with all my favorite bands. What's it like to take is it Brett? Is it Brett Newski? Is that his name or is it just Newski? That's
His name is Brett Newski. He sort of seems to alternate which moniker he uses
yeah.
as his nomenclature live. We actually haven't started the leg with
Okay.
Newski. Newski starts in Vancouver and is doing the West Coast with us. Right now, we have a friend of ours from Brooklyn named Sean McVery out with us, and he has been amazing. We're definitely like in love with Sean McVery now. Newsi's gonna have some big shoes to fill in a few shows.
Right, right. Well, I'm always fascinated with a great band like yourself that I've always tried to support, but I've always had like a new music show. I'm not the music director or program director, and I feel like, American radio's missed out on some really great bands over the years. And I think that's you included a little bit. You've had this great success in the UK, and I'm always, I'm grateful. You're grateful for that. But what is it like to have that? Like, you're not you don't feel the love in your home state or home country as much as you get over there,
I mean, we
or at
we
the
sort
same
of
level.
yeah. I
You're
mean,
gonna get the love from the 250 people at the Casbah, of course, and we'll be fawning all over you. Don't get me wrong.
we always have liked like indie music kind of more than radio. I mean, I love pop and stuff, but especially when we started, all the bands we liked were just really tiny bands that never got a moment of
Sure.
radio play. So the fact that we became like such a radio and MTV band in Europe just feels like a cool coincidence. It wasn't necessarily like a thing that it wasn't a metric that we were using for like the
No, no.
success of the band. So here, our success in the States is sort of like what we picture as being like a successful band.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Over
I'm just
there,
like
everything else is just gravy.
the Gossip. That's another great band that comes out of kind of your era too. Just amazing dance rock. She's just so phenomenal. And yeah, they're massive over there. And I mean, I just want I want you to have it here and home. And not that I don't want you to play at the Casbah, but it'd be nice, nice. And you guys are just phenomenal. The comedy, the music. Now, did you just announce that you've released an acoustic version of Lobes?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I still can't exactly figure out why we did this, but we recorded Lobes in its entirety and just we're releasing it every day that we have a show on our Substack, which is free. Um, Just because we've been keeping sort of a tour diary,
Yeah.
and we thought it'd be nice to add some media that isn't just the written word, make it a little more, a multimedia entertainment experience.
Well, you're just a fun band. Like last night, I got to go see the Hives again after many years and
Nice,
play.
those guys are great.
Just to be an entertainer up there when you're in a band and be a cool band. I mean, it's just phenomenally powerful. But that confidence too. Sometimes artists aren't comfortable telling jokes on stage or claiming that they're the best band in the universe. But man,
Fans are not worried about making that claim.
that's rock and roll. No, come on, you guys. I mean, I revisit your music, and of course, it starts with that song, which is it's a frantic, kind of punkish dance track. But then your whole catalog. I mean, you guys are great songwriters. You should be really proud of everything you've done, and it's cool pop music. It's like I'm waiting for Taylor Swift to discover you someday. I bet that could happen. I mean, if she's
Right.
Devendra Banhart, whatever, maybe she has actual good taste.
Okay, that remains to be seen.
But cool, you're gonna play Casbah Sunday, November 26th, and you'll be up at the Constellation Room up in Santa Ana Saturday, November 25th, and the world famous Roxy Theatre Friday, November 24th. So that's kind of in reverse: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Hollywood, OC, and then San Diego, the world famous Casbah, where the planes fly right over the top. What's up for 2024? More comedy, more music?
Yes, most certainly a little of both. Yeah, I think we're going to be, go back into the studio and write the next record. Hopefully play a few shows here and there, but yeah, mostly focus on new music.
Where's home for you guys now?
Still New York City.
Still New York City. New York City.
It's hard to leave.
And I'm sorry, where did you actually grow up? Where did you go to high school and all that?
I grew up in Miami, Florida.
And how did you end up all the way here at is that a community college?
Pomona?
In Pomona?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, it's a legitimate.
No offense to them. I'm sorry. I mean, I live here. I should know these things.
And no offense to a community college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's part of Claremont has like a 5-college consortium.
Okay.
So it's like a kind of liberal arts colleges.
Yeah. Well, we're blessed you got out here.
Me too. It was the best move I ever made.
You guys find each other, and I'm always appreciative of that dynamic. And you and Chris have a really cool dynamic and friendship and relationship, and I'm sure you do once in a while too. Who knows? What do you have any fond memories of San Diego personally? Coming down even before or just for fun, surfing or tacos?
Right after college, a good friend of ours from school named Greg moved down there and was going to med school, and so we would visit him all the time and go to the beach and surf and eat great burritos. For some reason, LA is missing the great burrito scene that San Diego and the Bay Area have. And I'm more of a burrito guy than a taco guy, if I'm being honest.
Got you. Well, everything you said was right there, but don't include San Francisco in the burritos. We have the best burritos here in
Hey, I wasn't saying San Francisco had better burritos. They just have better burritos than LA.
In LA, true. Well, cool. Keith, man, it's so nice to chat with you and see you again. And I'll see you when you play here in San Diego in a few weeks. And
good.
Have a great show tonight, my friend.
Thanks very much. Take care until then.
Cheers. Peace.
Bye.
Thanks, man. That was perfect.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Cool.
Yeah, have a good show tonight.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yep, you got it. Bye.
I could foresee it from a mile away, this whole oncoming disaster. You think it's bad now, man.